Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my good friends. The entire country is waiting with bated breath as to what would the Supreme Court do in tomorrow's hearing on the Rajasthan issue. Once again, friends, this is the second time in as many days that I am going to dwell on the Rajasthan issue. Friends, let me tell you about the latest and current developments and what the Supreme Court is most likely to do in the given set of circumstances as per the prevailing law of the land. Friends, Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has requested the governor to call for the assembly session maybe by July 31st. The purpose of calling the assembly session is that he would like to prove his majority on the floor of the house for ostensible reason, and also to ensure that suppose the rebel Congress MPs totaling 19 including Sachin Pilot, if they fail to turn up and vote according to the resolution passed by the government, they would be subject to disqualification proceedings. This is the view behind the Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot requesting the governor to call for a assembly meet by latest by 31st July. But the governor, dear friends, has refused to heed to the advice of the Council of Ministers. The reason being, he has been asking that what is the necessity of calling for a meet when the government, in the words of Ashok Gehlot himself, has absolute majority in the floor of the house. As also, minimum 21 days notice is required as per rules to call for a meeting. That's the reason why the governor is disinclined to call for a meeting. So that is the latest current position now. There is a tug of war going on between the Chief Minister of Rajasthan versus Governor Kalraj Mishra of Rajasthan. Even the Chief Minister went to the extent of saying that he would parade his MLAs before the Honorable Prime Minister of the country. As things stood thus, let us go back to the position as to what has happened over the last 15 days. The matter started when the Congress Legislative Party meeting called by the party elders was not attended by Sachin Pilot and his team of 18 members. With the result, the Speaker of Assembly C.P. Joshi issued a notice to them why disqualification proceedings cannot be taken against them. Then the High Court gave them time to file the replies, and the time was going on being extended, and finally on 25th July the High Court came to a conclusion that the Speaker cannot proceed further with the disqualification of the members, and it passed the buck on to Supreme Court when the matter is coming up for hearing tomorrow on Monday, the 27th July 2020. Now friends, let me tell you what is the view that the Supreme Court is most likely to take on this occasion. The Supreme Court is bound by three important decisions in all likelihood. These are the decisions, these are the judgments given by the Honorable Supreme Court in the past on which the Supreme Court is most likely to base its opinion. The first one is Kihoto Holohan versus Jakillu case of 1992. The second one is Ravi Naik versus Union of India. And the third important case is Nabia Rezma versus Deputy Speaker of 2016. These three important cases, the Supreme Court will place it in our hand and then give a final ruling on this matter. These three important judgments, in one way or the other, speak about the entire gamut of the anti-defection proceedings. Now friends, coming back to the anti-defection proceedings, there are only two important points on which the members face disqualification proceedings. The two important issues are, number one is voluntary giving up the membership of the party to which they have been elected, and voting or abstaining against or contrary to the orders of the party in power. So first one is voluntary giving up the membership of the party, and the second one is voting or abstaining and acting contrary to the directions of the party. So these two conditions, if the Supreme Court very carefully follows, these two conditions have not been violated by the Sachin Pilot group. They will argue that it is only a free expression of views. As the Deputy Chief Minister of the state and also a person holding considerable clout within the party, he has every right to express his dissent in a democracy. The Supreme Court has clearly laid down that dissent in a democracy is a way of life. It said that the freedom of speech and expression, more so on a member of parliament or a member of a legislative assembly, is a fundamental right. Then, if such is a fundamental right, the only reason being that they have not attended the legislative party meet of the party cannot by itself be a ground for invoking the provisions of the Anti-Defection Act. Hence, dear friends, we are keeping our fingers crossed, hoping for some clarity from the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court. Let us hope tomorrow the picture will be clear and the entire country is waiting with bated breath as to what would happen once the Supreme Court resumes its hearing on Monday, 27th July 2020. Friends, if you like this video, please like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.